It is Monday, September 8th at 5 p.m. We start off with a roll call. We got Councilman Powell.
Here.
And myself, Kim Jensen. First thing we're going to go ahead and do would be the update on the police department. Currently, we have 3 officers, and the chief of police have now resigned. We currently have all applications on the Indeed website so that you could apply for those positions if interested. We've had, I think at this time, we've had 6 people currently have applied for the chief's position. And if I'm not mistaken, that will close on September 14th, I believe is the right day. But I'm going to check and make sure just to confirm that. I'm thinking it's September 14th. On the officers, we have received 22 applications for that, and 4 of which were certified. We're still in the process looking for the officers on that one. And I don't know, usually at this time we would do a police report saying how many arrests and warrants, et cetera, that the department has made over this month. But since the chief is not in place right at the moment, then we are unable to access that information today. So I do not have that report to you, but as soon as we get that, which I know that's going to take place within the next couple of days to get access to it, and then we will get that information to you. Okay? Let's see, we do have Brian Butler from the fire department was supposed to be here, and I'm not quite sure where he is. I don't know. He just had the fire chief's report to say. He might have got tied up with something. And gosh, I totally forgot something. I'm sorry. Let's see. I wanted to amend the agenda. Can I do that?
I don't think we do.
No, we can't do it now.
We'll have to do
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was going to make an amendment to the agenda, but I have to pass on that for right now. I went too fast. As for the fire chief, Brian Butler is not here. And I just wanted to comment that Patty Walters had a previous engagement who's also on this committee, and she is not here today. She was unable to make it. The other thing is on the review, we're going to go through the review some of the policies and procedures that I had given Michael and Patty Walters last month when we had met. And those... You left yours home. Okay, so we had gone through them because we definitely need to be updating the policies and procedures with the department, making sure everything is in line. So since we are going to be in the recruitment process right now, the first 4 that I had took through the department was the recruitment and selection process. I really don't see anything that I personally would want to see change. I don't know if you saw anything that maybe you would like to change that we could bring to council?
I don't think I marked anything on that one, but I marked some on the other ones.
Okay, but this basically talks about like your recruitment, and then here we go. It talks about the recruitment, oral interviews, background investigations, et cetera, all the things that are needed prior to employment with the Ware Shoals Police Department. Okay, so we went through that one. The other one was Field Training Officer Program. I didn't see anything that should be modified on that either. I was pretty much in agreement with all of that. I don't know if you were okay with that one?
There was 2 some things with it.
The what?
There was 2 other ones I had markings on.
So that one I didn't have any issues with. Rules and regulations of the department was something that was important to me. I want to make sure that everybody working with the department is going by policy. Policy is very important. Not only does it protect the town, it protects the law enforcement officer should something happen. Then if we go by policy, we don't have an issue as long as we follow it. So that is very important to me to make sure that that's something that we're going by. And anyway, so that goes on, like rules and regulations of the department. Some things that I have highlighted basically about like when the officers are on duty, that they need to represent themselves as police officers of the municipality when they're on duty. So that one is about all I need with that one. And then the other one was ethics. Again, making sure that we are going by policy. And if anybody wants any of these policies, I think we can get them, to you on that. So I think that one too I think we're in line with it. And again, just making sure that any officer is following these policies, okay? I'm going to bring Brian Butler over here, our fire chief, since he has just come in. So come on in and tell us if you, give us your police report.
We had a structure fire
Oh.
in Wintry, not us.
No worries, no worries.
What you want to know? Did you get a copy
I
of
didn't get a
the-
copy of that one yet, so I don't know how many calls that you got.
This
for the month?
is, you should have
I
it in
think
your
Randy,
box.
okay, Randy will
Yeah.
get it for me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
on
In
that
your
one.
box.
They
And
should
you-
be in the
Let me go
box.
check.
They were sent Friday,
Okay.
the calls.
Okay,
All right?
okay. And then do you have any questions for the committee?
No, the only thing, we got a couple of explorers from the Squat High School that are getting on, which has nothing to do this, that, and we got one other member that we're trying to get on, so we getting some interest, thank goodness.
Okay, very good.
Everything else is going smooth. We ain't got no problems whatsoever.
That's nice
that
to
I know
hear.
of. They still working on the shelter that we're working on. All that's
Okay.
still a go.
Okay.
Did you find them?
No, there was nothing in there.
I think Randy had it, and
Okay.
I didn't get it. I know we have it, and that's
Yes.
usually, roughly yours is usually around 38, 30, 39 calls somewhere in there monthly.
This month here, it was down. It seemed like to me it wasn't but 32.
Okay,
32 total
okay.
calls.
All
Yeah.
right. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And thank you much.
Anything else?
No,
Y'all got
I
any
think we're
questions?
good.
Thank you
We're
for all
no-
y'all do.
Anything?
Yeah.
All righty.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Okay, the next thing we've gone through is we can go through for public comments, and if anybody has anything to come up and ask or state to the committee, you have 3 minutes. If you would like to come up to the podium, or if you feel more comfortable sitting there, that's fine too.
Hi, my name is Melissa Mayfield, and I'd like to discuss the condition of the property at 29 Wood Street.
Okay,
My daughter Sarah bought her first home last year, April of '24, at 30 Wood Street. At that time, the condition of the yard was cluttered. At this point, it's a biohazard. The smells from the garbage, from the chemicals, the gasoline cans that are over there, fire hazard. There are rats I've personally seen come off the back of the property the size of a rabbit. My 3.5-year-old grandson has never been able to play in his backyard for 18 months. They've lived there. No swing set, no sandbox, no monster trucks. He can't do anything back there. Instead of cleaning the property up after receiving 3 citations, he has now moved a storage building on the property 5 feet from the road and is filling that with junk. Every day he pulls up in his truck with trash and boxes and pieces of machinery and just puts it in the front yard. My daughter is concerned about the fire hazard with all this stuff on the property. I just feel like at this point, something needs to be done. He's been given 3 chances, $500 apiece for all his citations. He pays them, but he never follows through. Law enforcement says they've done all they can do at this point. They write the citations, he goes to court, he pays them, and there's no follow through with anybody on anything to get this man to clean this property up. He also has children living in the home. So, knowing the condition of the outside, I'm sure the inside is just as bad where he has kids living. I'm just begging someone to help us fix this.
yeah. I know the town is very well aware of that particular home you're speaking of.
Yeah.
We are trying to figure out different measures on how we can resolve that problem. There's numerous areas in town that we are trying to resolve, and I'm hoping that we can get that done as soon as possible for you.
Do you know what the plans are?
I do not at this time. I don't really want to say anything at this time, but we are looking into different types of, like code enforcement, that type of thing, maybe with Greenwood County a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Nobody else? We're good? No?
To just follow up on last month, and I know with the police chief and all, there were 20 arrest warrants that were, there were 20 arrest warrants with only 15 served. Do we know if the other 5 ever got served?
We don't know, and unfortunately, that probably would have been on this month's report. But like I said, we're unable to access that right at the moment, so we'll get that to you. I'll have that information, hopefully by Tuesday night's council meeting.
Okay. Did you ever get an updated inventory policy or signed social?
We do have an inventory policy, yes, we do, and that is, where is it? I do have the inventory, oh, right here. We do have an inventory policy. Unfortunately, it has never been filled out.
So so you've had it, but it was just never.
It has been in place for a number of years, and it has never been filled out, so we do not have the accountability for what anybody was ever issued or what was returned by anyone.
Okay, so with that being said, are you guys going to doing, because you could at least get a baseline now and doing.
Absolutely, and that is being done.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yep, the building will be audited. We will be going through it and making sure that, everything is accountable.
Okay, and then what about was there a new social media policy?
No, social media policy was also in place. That was something that has been in place for a number of years. I have a copy here if anybody would like to have a copy. And that had been in place, but it was not, I was new to the council. So when I was going through this, when we did have the incidents on social media, I did not have a police policy referring to the TikTok videos and that type of thing that were posted all over the internet with the Ware Shoals Police Department, which also was including a ride-along and the dancing. So fully with the uniform on and that type of thing. So anyway, it was never directed to me that the town had a policy. They had the umbrella policy. So in all actuality, all of that was on the social media could have, if I had had that prior, there would have been some strict disciplinary action.
Okay, so, all right, I'm just trying to understand. That policy you guys had, when employees get hired, are they signing this policy upon? So
Yes.
were the police officers, did they sign that previously? The ones that I guess were involved with?
There were a few of them that had signed it prior because of like when it came into play.
I think it was newer policy.
Yeah, it was a newer policy, but it has been here for a few years from what I understand. And so on the orientation, this was one of the ones that was there. That's a pretty much a blanket town employee policy. And so that, I know we had an officer, I believe, was hired in November. I could be wrong, it might have been October. I know that he signed it, and we did have another officer that was hired in January, and I know for a fact that that officer too had signed that policy. And then, anyway, when it was addressed about that policy, I was told there wasn't one, but because the person in charge said he never signed one, but he was aware of this one. I didn't have it. I did not have it. It was not accessible to me. I went on later and looked at things and dug it a little bit deeper, and we do have a town policy. So,
Okay,
and it was addressed to him, or I addressed with him, I should say. I went down to the department. This was, I want to say in June. I have the dates written somewhere, where I went down there and spoke with him about that, and I wanted them all re-signed by the officers and given back to me. And even with that given to him, it was not, those policies were not given back to me until last week. So,
Okay.
or the week before last, I'm sorry, week before last.
So as of present time, all officers on duty
Have signed those policies.
have signed them?
Yes, that is correct.
And
Yeah.
does the policy address like the professionalism?
Yes, it does.
Social media and all that?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. It covers
I'll
everything.
get a copy.
Yeah, I'll get you a copy of that. Also with policy and procedure, one of the things that was, since we were addressing that, chief was to go through all of the policies and procedures with everybody, you know, and making sure that everybody follows those to the T. And that information was not given to me until last month. And I want to say it was March, I gave that to him. And it was just, I received it maybe about a month ago, 2 months ago. No, about a month ago on that one.
Okay, so upon someone being hired, do you give them a copy of the policies and have them sign
Yes.
stating that they received a copy?
They are,
Okay.
they are given all of that. Everything's given to them. They have to sign it with a handbook, and then they are to go through and read those policies and follow those policies. Those are the town policies. So that's what we need to be on track with.
Okay, so he wasn't following that? Is that what it was?
I'm just going to say
Oh,
that
okay.
we're trying to get on track with those, and we will be moving forward accordingly. So,
In regards to your ethics policy, do they have training besides the policy?
the training they do have required training through the municipal, so the academy. And I'm going to make sure that that's one of the things that is on there. Chief Lewis did discuss with me about 2 months ago where the guys were going to go through. Most of it is video, all done on video. I'm going to try and promote some indoor, trainings with officers. I think that could be a little bit more effective. But yeah, they do have certain things that they have to go through. And if I'm not mistaken, they did that, which I kind of find almost impossible to do, that all of them completed that training on July 15th. Not all of the people in the department could have done that on July 15th. So we can go from there. But they do know of it. Okay? Anybody else have anything to add? Or no? No?
To just piggyback off what she was saying with regard to like the property code enforcement and the complaints that are being filed. Mm-hmm. Are they being addressed at all?
The complaints are being addressed. Unfortunately, right now, we are very shorthanded with a code enforcement officer. Hopefully that we're going to get that in place ASAP. Like I said, we're going to hope to move forward with a new chief and get qualified officers to come in, and
Now,
hopefully we'll get that all straightened out.
Is there a way to find out what the status is? Is that public information?
The status of the
Like
code
the
enforcement?
complaints? Yes, so like if a
I don't-
complaint was
I'm-
filed in July.
I'm not really sure if there is, if they can find that out online. I'm not really sure if they do. Like if somebody made a complaint on a home, is that what you're saying, to see
Yes.
what that was?
So like if I filed a complaint and I filed one back in July, is there a way for me to find out what the status is as of the present time?
I
As
don't
somebody
really
who's
think
gone
there
out-
is.
I'm not really sure.
I know there's nothing online,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is there somebody that can be contacted to inquire?
We have a code enforcement. We will have, or we did, and we will have a code enforcement officer. That'd be the one you would talk to.
Yes, Officer Sibley is the code enforcement officer. Unfortunately, right now, Officer Sibley is one of two that we have remaining here. And so I don't know how much of the code enforcement he's going to be enforcing in this next couple of weeks as we transition through. Okay, is that it?
Thank you.
Okay, nobody else? All right, so I make a motion to adjourn?
A second.
Okay, meeting adjourned at,
That's all.
what time is it? 5:19. Okay, thank you.